end. Yeah.
Hey everyone, Cam Roberts here. I'm joined with my good mate Steve Plummer. Steve, thanks for coming on the live stream today.
Hey Cam, how you going? As I get caught just ending my sentence before we went live. So yeah,
that's right.
Run there going.
We were deciding if we're going live. We went live, but we're still having a conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all good.
Yeah. All right, Cam. What are we talking about today?
So today, down in our little ticker tape parade down the bottom, the info product selling secrets. So the reason we put that down there is probably for more our benefit than the viewers' benefit. So info product selling secrets, and we're going to tennis match this. I'm going to do a couple, you're going to do a couple, and what we want to do is give people some insights, some secrets, some tips, if you like, about how to successfully launch and sell information products. So they're products that are not real, they're information that you create and that you can charge money for your expertise and your passion.
Yeah. All right. Want me to kick off, Cam? I might kick off with an overarching thing. And I think with an info product, an info business, the key thing, and I know this sounds really, really basic and kind of thing, but be you. Because here's the thing, they buy your solution, but they buy your solution because of you as well. So be willing and be you, right? Because that your unique way of doing things. It doesn't mean that you do things and you shouldn't do things exactly the same as someone else. But it's really hard, Cam, too, when there's so much information out there and so many gurus and all that sort of thing. To still find your voice. That's the key thing for me, is like, be you when you're selling information, because only you do what you do the way you do it. The other people do it differently and understand there are many ways to be right. Nietzsche, the Polton philosopher, says, I have my way, you have your way. There's never a right way. There are just many ways of doing things. And so just that's the key overarching principle, I think, goes through everything. And, it's easy to say that, it's harder to do. And so I just wanted to make sure that infuses through everything that you do. Make sure you do you. That's really important. I think there probably are three parts to that too, Cam. The first one is your story. People will buy into your story, and that's that. I guess it's saying why you qualified to be teaching what you're teaching. That's the key thing. So you've got to have some kind of a story, and that's a transition, right, from where you were to the whatever it is that you're teaching, the result, the solution you're teaching. You've got to have examples of that. And then that's number two. So your story, some examples, and then some proof that it actually works, And I say this all the time to copywriters I work with and to business owners. You can do worse than study the weight loss market, the way they do before and after pictures, the way they do, they've got a mechanism in there, why it works so well, And the really cool thing about the weight loss market is that there's always something new, right? It's whatever it is, like, you would think there are only so many weight loss secrets. There just keeps being new ones, right? So it's a really good one to study from that point of view. Where's the proof? How do they show proof? And so be you. Make sure you is infused through everything that you do. Your story is important, your examples are important, and your proof that you work and your solution works is really important. So, Ken, that's probably number one, the you factor in all of this.
Yeah, that's really good. So and I guess that leads to my one, and that is, creating content with authenticity, right? And so you want to create content. So after you've got your story and you're you and all of that, then you've got to start creating that content that you want to sell, okay? And that you want to teach other people. Now, my agency team and we've done literally hundreds of migrations for online courses and information products from different apps to different apps, and help set people up and help guide them. We've even created some of the trainings for people, and they go away and record the trainings, and then they use it. However, in all of the trainings that we've built for people and created for people and seen that people have created, the best performers are the trainings that are short, sharp, and direct to the point. So not long, laborious trainings like, online videos or whatever that people have got to, wade through. Because I think that the days are gone where someone's going to sit and watch you for 2 hours do a presentation on your thing. So if we use like the weight loss industry, for example, if you're a guy or a girl and you had some sort of, special way of training, calisthenics, or some sort of, special training regime that you wanted to teach people, people don't want to sit through a 2-hour video on that particular type of training. So you best chop it up.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Is there to interrupt you there, is there a tendency for us then to try and shove too much in? And if that's the case, why do you think that is?
Well, I think people, personally, what I've seen, right, when people come to us and ask us for help, what I see is that people try and overdo it because they're trying to justify in their own mind and their own psyche why they should charge for their information, right?
Okay.
When the information is really valuable to the right person, they're trying to justify, well, if I charge someone $500, like I've got to make it like 10 hours. But the opposite's true. Like if you can get that same information in like 10 or 6 15-minute videos, it's still worth $500 for someone, right? And so it doesn't matter whether it's like exercise, swimming. Before we jumped on, we're talking about swimming coaching. Whether it's swimming, sport, business, marketing, sales. If you can help someone get a transformation, and they can do that by watching 4 15-minute or 6 15-minute videos, that's worth the $500.
Yeah.
You don't need to go and create 100 hours of training to try and justify your $400 information product.
Yeah. Do you think, Cam, that there's a bit of insecurity in there? Like you say, you've almost got to prove yourself too much. Do you think, is that a red flag for people to look out for, do you think?
Yeah, I think it comes down to, knowing their self-worth and also, their place in the marketplace. And probably it's not getting their voice across. Like, yourself and all the people that you've coached and helped with their copywriting, it's not getting their message across correctly. And so, they probably try and overdo it then by creating so much content. But the advice I want to give people, if you're watching this and you're thinking about creating an online course or an information product, which, by the way, is still climbing. Like we're still nowhere near the top of the J curve where information's concerned. Like people are still buying online courses every single day. It's one of the fastest ways to grow a passive income in a little sideline hustle business. But one of the tips I want to give, or the advice I want to give people, is just think about when you go and watch a movie at the cinemas. How long are those movies, right? So you'll pay $15 or whatever to go and see the movie, $20. But the movies are usually between an hour and a half and 3.5 hours at most, right? Now, there's a formula. The movie makers know that people aren't going to sit through a 5-hour movie. They'll get restless. They'll go to sleep in the movie, right? So they make the movies in that timeline. So when I coach people on creating their information products, their video courses or whatever it is, I say to them, look, chunk it down. Your lesson modules should be no more than an hour and a half to 2 hours at max. So if you wanted to have a 5-module course, well, you could probably get away with 10 hours, right? And each of those modules is a 2-hour at most module. And within each module, you might have, 2, 3, or 5 lessons chopped up into small 10 or 15-minute, intervals, so to speak. So, and one of the really cool things you can do this day with a lot of the apps and a lot of the online course learning management systems where you can host your information product is that people can actually track where they're up to. And that's really important. So someone can be up to module 1. They can have watched lesson 1, 2, and 3, log out, come back a week later, and actually see that they're up to lesson 4. Okay. Yeah. And that's really important. And another way to do that is to incentivize people to finish the lessons. So as part of your copy and your angles is that you let them know if you finish the 5 lessons, you're going to get this reward. Now, the reward could be a free consultation. It could be a discount on a product. It could be some sort of review that you give them, some sort of value add to get them to finish that lesson or finish that module is a really good way to keep people engaged and get them coming back to your content.
Yeah, Cam, just a question. You mentioned the platforms for info products. It's okay to say no. Do you want to mention a few of them around just so folks listening have got, oh yeah, I've heard of that, or I can go and check that out?
Yeah, sure. Look, there's a dime a dozen, and you can type in, learning management systems in Google, and there'll be a whole, wide range of choices. The ones that we go with are, your usual ones like Kajabi. We've done a lot of work in Kajabi. One of our favorites is Customer Hub, because we're big users with Keep and Infusionsoft. So Customer Hub talks really well to Keep and Infusionsoft, and also Active Campaign. So I know a lot of people with Active Campaign these days. So Customer Hub's a good one. And so it doesn't really matter which one you use. What we recommend to people is based on what apps you currently have, like what is your existing tech stack, right? And based on your existing tech stack, what talks to that, right? Because you don't want to get a learning management system that doesn't talk directly or indirectly through an API with your existing CRM / marketing automation / email tools, right? You want something that's going to talk seamlessly together and work together, so that, when someone goes into the learning management system, they watch video 3, for instance, you're tagging them as watched video 3, and therefore you can track them and put them into some sort of automation, some sort of nurturing back into your CRM, back into your, your marketing automation tool. So they're probably the biggest two. I think Samcart is another one out there that people can use. But as I said, just go to Google and just type in learning management systems, and there'll be a wide range. And there's also a wide range of prices, Steve, as well.
Yeah.
So, something like Customer Hub, I think, comes in at $79 a month. And, you can go right up to like $230, $250 a month, depending on, what you want as part of your learning management system. You can even get WordPress plugins. There are like WordPress plugins like Memberium works with WordPress. And so you can run, your members site or your online training or your information products through something like that as well.
Yeah, and beyond that, weaving in with your current tech stack and so forth, it is like any CRM as well, a Holden Ford type argument. They all drive on the road, they just drive a bit differently. Is that a fair comment to make?
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, if it's a Ford Holden, conversation, you want to make sure that if you buy a Ford, you're going to be using Ford parts, right? Yeah. So if you get a learning management system, you've got to make sure it talks to the other systems and your other tech stacks that you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to find that it's going to be a real headache to manage long term.
Yeah. All right, Cam, that's the first two. Let's what's number 3?
So number 3 is how to automate the whole process. So when you create your learning management system, there's going to be various stages for that. So let's talk about the final stage, and that is what we've been discussing, is the information product. So once you've created your content, you're going to store it somewhere and give people a gated access to it. So that's called your learning management system. It could be Customer Hub, Kajabi, Samcart, Memberium, whatever it is, right? So you've got all your lessons in there. It's all ready to go. You build the back end first. That's really important. Now, once you've got the back end and you've got all your modules and your training, and it's all hosted somewhere for people to access, then you want to work backwards from that. And you go, okay, one step backwards from that, how do I get people in it? Okay, well, I might be able to get people in it by offering them some sort of short training. So it could be a 3-part video series. It could be a on-demand web class. It could be a expressions of interest consultation where you talk to them one-on-one. It could be a live event where you're selling your information product at a live event. If you can still do live events, right? So there's many different ways, but you don't want to do one step in front of that, right? So that's kind of, the conversion part. And then right at the top of the funnel is generating leads. How do you generate leads? Well, you could generate leads through Facebook ads, TikTok ads. I was talking to an e-commerce guy, but I'm sure this applies to many different businesses because we've been watching TikTok very closely.
Yeah. You're a bit of a thing with TikTok at the moment, haven't you? Eh?
Well, only because I like watching new things, Steve, right? For reach. And I don't want to diverse too much, but I just want to say one thing. And I was talking to an Australian who runs a very successful drop shipping coaching program. So they coach people on how to, do drop shipping. And he was saying that TikTok ads for him are super cheap compared to Facebook. And they're getting, 2 to 3 times more reach and results than what Facebook is. So, don't exclude TikTok. Don't exclude the new thing. Don't exclude, selling your course through Bitcoin, through the cryptocurrency, right? Try and find new ways to get your content in front of more people, in front of more leads. So whether it's, organic, whether it's running ads, whether it's an ebook download, whether it's some sort of cheat sheet to get them into the funnel. And you can also sell short, small things. So, if you're selling a $400 course, is there something you can sell for $1, $9, $27, $97, right? To get people in, maybe it's one particular module. And then once they're in your system and they get your modules, then you can upsell them through the learning management system. So three biggest parts. One is you want to automate the front end, the lead management, right? And get the leads flowing at the top end. Yep. Then you've got the middle part of converting those leads into paying information product clients. And the final part is to, make sure you give them access and deliver what you've promised through the information product. And that can all be done with 2, maybe 3 different apps. So you've got your CRM, you've got your marketing automation apps that handle all the stuff at the first 2 stages. And then you've got your learning management system, which sits at the back end and manages the delivery of your content.
Yeah, cool. All right, and that brings us to number 4. We promised 4 selling secrets. So again, this is I guess more of a cerebral thinking thing than a planning thing, rather than necessarily an upfront implementation thing. So the 4th thing that I really want to encourage people to do who are looking at info products and info business is that whole what's next thing. That ascension. Yeah. You mentioned a little bit of that, Cam, but I just wanted to cover off on that. So you've got your, possibly down the bottom of the pyramid, you've got your info product that you get people in. Like you said, might be a training course, it might be a membership, so whatever it is. Like, what then is next? Because everyone in business knows the statistic that someone who's bought from you once is twice as likely to buy from you again, as opposed to a new, like whatever that is, right? Basically, what that statistic says is that if someone's going to buy from you once, you've got a really good chance of them buying from you again, way better than a new person, right? Than someone who doesn't know you, for all the psychological reasons. So, and you and I have advised clients on this individually and collectively when we've worked with them. What is next? What's coming up? And so not just the info product, say, or back in the old days of a CD. I mean, I don't know if anyone sells those anymore, do they? I don't think I've seen one of them for ages. But it's not just the CD training course. If I could go back to the dark ages, that's
cassettes,
fine.
Cassettes would be the dark ages. Cassettes. I got Zig Ziglar cassettes still, but I can't play them.
Wow. Yeah, excellent. It's not just that initial thing, So what are you going to sell them next time? And it's not sell them to just draw money out. It's the next logical step of you being you in the marketplace. What else have you got to share with your people? Is it a continuity group? A monthly thing? Is it a higher price product? Is it individual coaching? Is it high-end services? Is it one-on-one mentoring? Like, what is that next step? That you have that pyramid. Your info product sits at the bottom, and then what comes after that at the various stages back up the pyramid to your highest price offering. And
that's right.
A lot of businesses, a lot of people kind of build that as they go, as a bit of a a brain fart kind of thing. And what I guess we have often encouraged people to do is to, before you set out, actually map that out. Now, it's okay if it changes, and sometimes it will, based on what you learn about your market along the way.
Yeah.
But I think is really important is that mindset of what's next. So within you being you, what is next that you can offer people to help them, to take them further on the journey, to help better their lives? There always needs to be a next step.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah. So I guess they're the 4 things, Cam.
Yeah, excellent. All right, that's a good wrap today, Steve. We're almost on the 20-minute mark, so
all right, gosh,
let's wind up there. But if folks want to get in touch with us, what's next for them?
All right, so quite simply, if you want copywriting help, if you want funnel help, if you want tech help, if you want some coaching, some mentoring yourself, whatever it might be, reach out to Cam and myself. If you're unsure of who to reach out to, just reach out to one of us and we'll point you in the right direction. You know, we work really well and closely like that. So if it's copy, if it's mentoring like that, business direction and marketing strategy, that's me. If it's more your implementation, you know, and that overall strategy from a tech point of view with people who do work for you, that's Cam. Cam, what's your quick email address and or your website that they can go to?
Yeah, so what I've done, Steve, I've popped the our 2 websites down below this video. Okay. So wherever you're watching this video, just have a look in the comments below. Check out Steve's website. Go and hit Steve up, and mine's there as well. Hit me up. Got any questions? Okay. We're here to help.
Yeah, all right. CamRoberts.com from memory, Cam, and symmetrymarketing.com.au for me. Oh, and one other thing, if I can put a quick commercial plug into for my new book, Finding You. If you're into shadow work, looking deeply at yourself, go to findingyoubook.com.au. That's findingyoubook.com.au. We're in about, I don't know, 7 or 8 places on the Sunshine Coast here. With more growing all the time. So yeah, if you want to deep dive into yourself and learn to be happier and gain more self-acceptance, findingyoubook.com.au. I'm happy to sign a copy for you and include a branded bookmark for you free of charge. So findingyoubook.com.au as a sneaky little commercial plug in there, Cam, with our marketing thing as well.
That's right. I've just popped it in the comments too. So again, check that out in the comments. Go and check it out. I've got my copy, a great book. So would encourage you to go and get Steve's book as well.
All right, fantastic. Thanks for the little plug there, Cam. Appreciate that. Right. Remember those info product secrets, the selling secrets. Be you. That's really important. And the other 3 steps that we spoke about as well. So, all right, that better be a wrap, Cam. We've gone a little bit over time. Great to see you again.
Cheers. Thanks, everyone.
Right.
Bye.
See ya. Bye-bye.